Welcome to an amazing story that will inspire you and help improve your English skills. Leonardo da Vinci's life story. The early life of Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci was born on April 15, 1452, in a small village called Vinci in Italy. His full name, Leonardo di Ser Piero da Vinci, means Leonardo, son of Piero from Vinci. His father, Piero, was a wealthy man, but his mother, Caterina, was poor. Leonardo's parents were not married, so he grew up in a simple home. Even as a child, Leonardo was curious about the world. He loved asking questions and observing nature. While other children played games, Leonardo spent his time studying plants, animals, and the stars. He didn't go to a fancy school, but he taught himself by observing the world around him. Leonardo also loved to draw. His drawings were so detailed and beautiful that people couldn't believe a child had made them. When he was 14, his father noticed his talent and sent him to Florence, a city famous for art and culture. Learning in Florence. In Florence, Leonardo became an apprentice to Andrea del Verrocchio, a famous artist and sculptor. Verrocchio taught Leonardo how to paint, sculpt, and create art that looked real. Leonardo also learned about machines, engineering, and the human body. Leonardo didn't just follow instructions, he always tried new things and experimented. One day, Verrocchio asked Leonardo to help him with a painting called The Baptism of Christ. Leonardo painted an angel in the picture. When the painting was finished, everyone was amazed. The angel looked so real and beautiful that Verrocchio decided to stop painting because he thought Leonardo was better than him. Leonardo's unique style. Leonardo had a unique way of writing and drawing. He wrote backward, like a mirror image. Some people think he did this to keep his notes secret, while others believe it was because he was left-handed. Leonardo also loved sketching plants, animals, and machines. He wanted to understand how everything worked. In 1473, at the age of 21, Leonardo created his first known artwork, a sketch called Arno Valley Landscape. This sketch showed the Arno River and the surrounding countryside. It was so detailed and realistic that it looked like a photograph. This sketch showed how Leonardo was different from other artists. He didn't just draw what he saw, he added depth, movement, and feeling. Leonardo's notebooks. Leonardo filled thousands of pages with sketches, ideas, and notes. He wrote about how birds fly, how water flows, and how the human body works. He also designed flying machines, bridges, and weapons. His notebooks were like treasure chests of ideas. Leonardo didn't see a difference between art and science. To him, they were the same. When he painted a bird, he didn't just draw its feathers, he studied how its wings moved. He wanted to know why birds could stay in the air. He even designed flying machines that looked like giant bird wings. Leonardo's masterpieces and scientific explorations. Leonardo da Vinci's life was filled with incredible achievements in both art and science. He created some of the most famous paintings in history and made groundbreaking discoveries in various fields. This part of his story focuses on his masterpieces and scientific explorations. The Last Supper. One of Leonardo's most famous works is The Last Supper. This painting was created between 1495 and 1498 and is located in the convent of Santa Maria del Grazie in Milan. The painting depicts the moment Jesus Christ announces that one of his disciples will betray him. Leonardo wanted to capture the emotions of each disciple in that moment. He spent a lot of time studying human expressions and gestures to make the scene as realistic as possible. The result is a masterpiece that shows a range of emotions, from shock and anger to sadness and confusion. Leonardo used a technique called linear perspective to create depth in the painting. This technique makes the room look three-dimensional, drawing the viewer's eye to Jesus at the center. Unfortunately, Leonardo experimented with the paint, and it started to fade soon after it was finished. Despite this, The Last Supper remains one of the most famous and studied paintings in the world. The Mona Lisa. Another iconic work by Leonardo is the Mona Lisa. This portrait, painted between 1503 and 1506, is perhaps the most famous painting in the world. It depicts a woman named Lisa Gherardini, the wife of a wealthy Florentine merchant. The Mona Lisa is known for its mysterious smile and lifelike appearance. Leonardo used a technique called sfumato, which means smoked in Italian. This technique involves blending colors and tones so smoothly that there are no visible lines or edges. The result is a soft, realistic image that seems to come to life. Leonardo carried the Mona Lisa with him everywhere he went, constantly making small adjustments. He never considered it finished, which shows his perfectionism and dedication to his art. Today, the Mona Lisa is housed in the Louvre Museum in Paris, where it attracts millions of visitors each year. Scientific explorations. Leonardo's curiosity extended far beyond art. He was deeply interested in science and made significant contributions to various fields, including anatomy, engineering, and botany. Anatomy. Leonardo was fascinated by the human body. He believed that to create realistic art, he needed to understand how the body works. He conducted numerous dissections of both animals and human cadavers, which was highly unusual for his time. Leonardo's anatomical drawings are incredibly detailed and accurate. He studied muscles, bones, and organs, making observations that were ahead of his time. For example, he accurately depicted the human heart and its valves, something that was not fully understood until centuries later. His notebooks are filled with sketches of the human body, showing muscles, tendons, and bones in great detail. These drawings not only helped him in his art, but also contributed to the field of medical science. Engineering and inventions. Leonardo was also a brilliant engineer and inventor. He designed a wide range of machines and devices, many of which were far ahead of their time. Some of his most famous designs include flying machines. Leonardo was obsessed with the idea of human flight. He studied birds and designed several flying machines, including ornithopters, machines with flapping wings, and a primitive parachute. War machines. Leonardo designed various weapons and military devices, such as a giant crossbow, a tank, and a machine gun. While many of these designs were never built, they demonstrate his innovative thinking. Hydraulic machines. Leonardo designed machines to control water, such as pumps, water wheels, and even a diving suit. His understanding of hydraulics was remarkable for his time. Leonardo's engineering sketches are not only functional, but also beautiful. He combined art and science in a way that was unique and groundbreaking. Botany. Leonardo also had a deep interest in plants and nature. He studied how plants grow, how leaves are arranged, and how flowers bloom. His botanical drawings are incredibly detailed and accurate, showing his keen observational skills. Leonardo believed that nature was the ultimate teacher. He often drew parallels between natural forms and human-made structures, such as comparing the branching of trees to the flow of rivers. His studies of nature influenced both his art and his scientific work. The Vitruvian Man. One of Leonardo's most famous drawings is the Vitruvian Man. Created around 1490, this drawing depicts a man in two superimposed positions with his arms and legs apart, inscribed in a circle and a square. The Vitruvian Man is based on the writings of the ancient Roman architect Vitruvius, who described the ideal proportions of the human body. Leonardo's drawing is a perfect blend of art and science, showing his understanding of human anatomy and geometry. The Vitruvian Man has become an iconic symbol of the Renaissance, representing the harmony between art, science, and nature. It is a testament to Leonardo's belief that the human body is a microcosm of the universe. Leonardo's legacy in science. Leonardo's scientific explorations were not just about making discoveries, they were about understanding the world. He believed that knowledge should be based on observation and experimentation, not just on books and tradition. Leonardo's notebooks are filled with observations, sketches, and ideas on a wide range of topics, from anatomy and engineering to astronomy and geology. He was a true Renaissance man, someone who excelled in multiple fields and sought to understand the interconnectedness of all things. Leonardo's scientific work was not widely known during his lifetime, as he did not publish his findings. However, his notebooks have been studied and admired by scientists and scholars for centuries. They reveal a mind that was centuries ahead of its time, someone who saw the world in a way that few others could. Leonardo's inventions and later life. Leonardo da Vinci was not only a master artist and scientist, but also a brilliant inventor. His later years were filled with new projects, travels, and a continued passion for learning and creating. This part of his story focuses on his inventions and the final chapter of his life. Leonardo's inventions. Leonardo's mind was always buzzing with new ideas. He designed a wide range of inventions, many of which were far ahead of their time. Some of his most notable inventions include flying machines. Leonardo was fascinated by the idea of human flight. He spent years studying birds and their wings, trying to understand how they could stay in the air. He designed several flying machines, including ornithopter. This machine had wings that flapped like a bird's. Leonardo believed that if humans could mimic the motion of bird wings, they could fly. Although his ornithopter was never built, it inspired future inventors. Parachute. Leonardo designed a pyramid-shaped parachute made of linen. He wrote that it would allow a person to jump from any height without injury. In 2000, a parachute based on his design was successfully tested, proving that his idea works. War machines. Leonardo also designed various weapons and military devices. While he was a peaceful man, he knew that war was a reality of his time. Some of his war inventions include giant crossbow. This massive weapon was designed to launch large projectiles over long distances. It was meant to intimidate enemies and cause destruction from afar. Tank. Leonardo designed an armored vehicle that could move in any direction and carry multiple soldiers. It was shaped like a turtle and had cannons on all sides. While it was never built, it shows his innovative thinking. Machine gun. Leonardo's design for a multi-barrel gun could fire multiple shots in quick succession. This idea was revolutionary for its time. Hydraulic machines. Leonardo had a deep understanding of water and how it moves. He designed several machines to control and use water, including water pump. This device could lift water from a lower level to a higher one. It was designed to help with irrigation and other agricultural needs. Diving suit. Leonardo designed a suit that would allow a person to breathe underwater. It was made of leather and had a tube connected to a floating device for air. This invention shows his creativity and forward-thinking. Robotics. Leonardo was also interested in creating machines that could mimic human movements. One of his most famous designs is the mechanical knight, a robot that could sit, stand, and move its arms. This invention was centuries ahead of its time and shows Leonardo's fascination with automation. Later life and travels. As Leonardo grew older, he continued to travel and work on new projects. His later years were marked by new opportunities and challenges. Milan and Rome. In 1482, Leonardo moved to Milan to work for Ludovico Sforza, the Duke of Milan. He spent nearly 20 years there, working on various projects, including paintings, sculptures, and engineering designs. During this time, he created some of his most famous works, such as The Last Supper. After leaving Milan, Leonardo spent some time in Rome, where he worked for the Pope. However, he found it difficult to get along with other artists and scientists in the city. Despite this, he continued to work on his inventions and scientific studies. France. In 1516, Leonardo moved to France at the invitation of King Francis I. The king admired Leonardo's work and offered him a place to live and work in the Château du Clos near the royal palace in Amboise. Leonardo spent his final years in France, working on various projects and teaching young artists. He was treated with great respect and had the freedom to pursue his interests. During this time, he continued to fill his notebooks with sketches and ideas, showing that his curiosity and creativity never faded. Final years and death. Leonardo da Vinci died on May 2, 1519, at the age of 67. He spent his final days working on his notebooks, still dreaming and sketching until the very end. According to legend, he died in the arms of King Francis I, although this is likely a myth. Leonardo was buried in the chapel of Saint Hubert in Amboise, France. His grave became a place of pilgrimage for those who admired his genius. Today, visitors from around the world come to pay their respects to one of history's greatest minds. Leonardo's legacy. Leonardo da Vinci's legacy is immense. He was a true Renaissance man, someone who excelled in multiple fields and sought to understand the interconnectedness of all things. His contributions to art, science, and engineering have had a lasting impact on the world. Art. Leonardo's paintings, such as the Mona Lisa and The Last Supper, are considered masterpieces. His techniques, such as sfumato and linear perspective, revolutionized the art world and influenced countless artists. Science. Leonardo's scientific observations and discoveries were ahead of his time. His anatomical drawings, studies of nature, and engineering designs have inspired scientists and inventors for centuries. His notebooks are a treasure trove of knowledge and creativity. Engineering. Leonardo's inventions, though many were never built, have inspired modern technology. His designs for flying machines, war machines, and hydraulic devices show his innovative thinking and understanding of mechanics. Philosophy. Leonardo's approach to life and learning is also part of his legacy. He believed in the importance of observation, experimentation, and curiosity. His famous quote, "Learning never exhausts the mind," reflects his lifelong passion for knowledge. Lessons from Leonardo. Leonardo's life offers valuable lessons for anyone who wants to achieve greatness. Be curious, never stop asking questions. Curiosity is the first step toward discovery. Learn new things, don't limit yourself to one subject. Explore different areas of knowledge. Work hard. Talent is important, but hard work is what turns dreams into reality. Don't fear failure. Leonardo's inventions didn't always work, but he never gave up. He saw failure as a step toward success. Stay humble. Even though he was a genius, Leonardo remained humble. He believed there was always more to learn. Leonardo da Vinci's story reminds us that greatness isn't reserved for a few. It's something anyone can achieve if they dare to dream big, work hard, and stay passionate. Leonardo's legacy and impact on the world. Leonardo da Vinci's influence extends far beyond his lifetime. His work has inspired countless people and continues to shape the world today. This final part of his story explores his lasting legacy and the impact of his art, science, and inventions on the world. Leonardo's art, a timeless influence. Leonardo's paintings are some of the most famous and studied works of art in history. His techniques and ideas have influenced artists for centuries. The Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa is perhaps the most famous painting in the world. Its mysterious smile and lifelike appearance have captivated viewers for over 500 years. The painting is housed in the Louvre Museum in Paris, where it attracts millions of visitors each year. Leonardo's use of sfumato, a technique that blends colors and tones smoothly, creates a soft, realistic image. This technique has been studied and admired by artists ever since. The Mona Lisa is not just a portrait. It is a masterpiece that shows Leonardo's deep understanding of human emotion and nature. The Last Supper. The Last Supper is another iconic work by Leonardo. This painting, located in Milan, depicts the moment Jesus announces that one of his disciples will betray him. Leonardo's ability to capture the emotions of each disciple is remarkable. The painting's use of linear perspective creates a sense of depth, drawing the viewer's eye to Jesus at the center. Despite its deterioration over time, The Last Supper remains a powerful and moving work of art. Other works. Leonardo's other paintings, such as The Vitruvian Man and Salvator Mundi, also show his genius. The Vitruvian Man is a perfect blend of art and science, depicting the ideal proportions of the human body. Salvator Mundi, which shows Jesus holding a crystal orb, is one of the most expensive paintings ever sold, fetching over $450 million at auction. Leonardo's scientific contributions. Leonardo's scientific work was groundbreaking. His observations and discoveries have had a lasting impact on various fields. Anatomy. Leonardo's anatomical drawings are incredibly detailed and accurate. He dissected human bodies to understand how muscles, bones, and organs work. His sketches of the human heart, brain, and other organs were ahead of their time and have been studied by medical professionals for centuries. Engineering. Leonardo's engineering designs were revolutionary. He created plans for flying machines, war machines, and hydraulic devices. While many of his inventions were never built, they inspired future engineers and inventors. His designs for flying machines, such as the ornithopter and parachute, laid the groundwork for modern aviation. Botany. Leonardo's studies of plants and nature were also significant. He observed how plants grow and how leaves are arranged. His botanical drawings are not only beautiful, but also scientifically accurate. His work in this field has influenced botanists and naturalists. Leonardo's inventions ahead of their time. Leonardo's inventions were far ahead of their time. Many of his designs were not realized until centuries later, but they show his incredible foresight and creativity. Flying machines. Leonardo's designs for flying machines, such as the ornithopter and parachute, were revolutionary. His studies of bird flight and his sketches of flying devices inspired the development of modern airplanes and helicopters. War machines. Leonardo's designs for war machines, such as the giant crossbow, tank, and machine gun, show his understanding of mechanics and engineering. While these inventions were never used in battle, they demonstrate his innovative thinking. Hydraulic machines. Leonardo's designs for hydraulic machines, such as water pumps and diving suits, were also ahead of their time. His understanding of water and how it moves has influenced modern engineering and technology. Leonardo's notebooks, a treasure trove of knowledge. Leonardo's notebooks are filled with sketches, ideas, and observations. They cover a wide range of topics, from anatomy and engineering to astronomy and geology. His notebooks are a testament to his curiosity and creativity. Codex Leicester. One of Leonardo's most famous notebooks is the Codex Leicester, which was purchased by Bill Gates in 1994 for over $30 million. This notebook contains Leonardo's thoughts on water, including how it flows and how it shapes the land. The Codex Leicester is a valuable resource for scientists and historians. Other notebooks. Leonardo's other notebooks are filled with sketches of inventions, anatomical studies, and scientific observations. They show his deep understanding of the natural world and his ability to think creatively and critically. Leonardo's philosophy, a lifelong learner. Leonardo's approach to life and learning is also part of his legacy. He believed in the importance of observation, experimentation, and curiosity. His famous quote, "Learning never exhausts the mind," reflects his lifelong passion for knowledge. Curiosity. Leonardo was always curious. He asked questions about everything, from how birds fly to why the sky is blue. His curiosity drove him to learn and discover new things. Experimentation. Leonardo believed in the importance of experimentation. He was not afraid to try new things and make mistakes. His willingness to experiment led to many of his groundbreaking discoveries and inventions. Observation. Leonardo's keen observational skills were key to his success. He spent hours studying nature, the human body, and the world around him. His ability to observe and understand the world was unparalleled. Leonardo's impact on modern science and technology. Leonardo's work has had a profound impact on modern science and technology. His ideas and designs have inspired countless scientists, engineers, and inventors. Aviation. Leonardo's studies of bird flight and his designs for flying machines laid the groundwork for modern aviation. His ideas about human flight were revolutionary and have influenced the development of airplanes and helicopters. Medicine. Leonardo's anatomical drawings have been studied by medical professionals for centuries. His detailed sketches of the human body have contributed to our understanding of anatomy and physiology. Engineering. Leonardo's engineering designs have inspired modern engineers and inventors. His ideas about mechanics, hydraulics, and automation have influenced the development of modern technology. Leonardo's legacy in popular culture. Leonardo's life and work have been the subject of numerous books, films, and documentaries. He is often portrayed as a genius and a visionary, someone who was ahead of his time. Books. Many books have been written about Leonardo's life and work. These books explore his art, science, and inventions, and they offer insights into his genius and creativity. Films. Leonardo has been the subject of many films and documentaries. These films often focus on his art, such as the Mona Lisa and The Last Supper, and his scientific work, such as his anatomical studies and engineering designs. Art and science. Leonardo's influence can be seen in both art and science. His techniques and ideas have inspired countless artists and scientists, and his work continues to be studied and admired. Conclusion: the enduring legacy of Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci's legacy is immense. He was a true Renaissance man, someone who excelled in multiple fields and sought to understand the interconnectedness of all things. His contributions to art, science, and engineering have had a lasting impact on the world. Leonardo's life teaches us valuable lessons about curiosity, hard work, and the importance of learning. His story reminds us that greatness isn't reserved for a few. It's something anyone can achieve if they dare to dream big, work hard, and stay passionate. Leonardo da Vinci's genius continues to inspire and captivate people around the world. His art, science, and inventions are a testament to the power of creativity and the human spirit. As we look to the future, we can draw inspiration from Leonardo's life and work, and strive to make our own mark on the world.
Thank you for listening. Please subscribe this channel and enjoy learning English.